What's up, guys? Stratton Polson here, your favorite chiropractic intern. We just had a long day at the clinic and something came up that I definitely want to share with you guys and talk about. A lot of times patients have this idea in their head, and maybe it's because doctors or other providers have told them in the past, but the idea is wear and tear, right? The idea is that you're older and you've used your knees a lot, or you're older and you've used your hips a lot, and the act of using them has caused them to wear down, and now you're having pain that is a result of that mechanical damage. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about this because a lot of people conceptualize the body like a machine. And just like a machine, you have oil and you have surfaces that are in contact with each other. Those can grind, they can wear down, they need to be repaired, or they may even wear out and need to be replaced, right? The difference between a machine and your body is that your body is an interconnected network, like a symbiotic network of different types of cells. And your body is a living, breathing, adapting organism. And one of the ways that your body adapts to the forces that you put upon it is through responding to stress and improving areas that need to be improved. And that's the key. So when we talk about things like either tendinopathies or things like wear and tear or osteoarthritis, a lot of these things are improved by using the joint more, or actually applying the proper types of load, the proper types of stress to a joint that's painful. And there's many different ways that this works, but tendinopathy is a great example, is you can use exercise, targeted specific exercise, to strengthen a tendon by putting load on it. And that allows that tendon to adapt to the increased demand for load, and it increases the tendon's capacity to handle load. And so when you do that, you actually create a higher tolerance of the tissue to whatever your daily activities are or the demands that you're putting on the tissue. So how does injury happen, right? So when you have a certain amount of load that your body is used to handling, it is adapted and prepared to handle that load. Now suddenly you do something that is out of the ordinary, like you have a pickup game of basketball that you haven't played in a long time, or you lift a bit heavier than you're used to lifting. Suddenly the amount of load that your tissues are prepared for, your activity is exceeding that amount of load. And the result is that you have injury, you have pain, you have inflammation. So one of the best ways that we can help people is by actually giving them a higher level of load, gradually building their load tolerance so that their body is better able to handle and respond to stresses. Because if your tolerance for load is at the same level as the spike of load that you're asking your body to perform, your body will be prepared to handle it, and your body is less likely, significantly less likely to be injured, and you're also significantly less likely to have pain. And that comes through a gradual targeted exercise program to increase a tendon or a tissue's tolerance to load. And it's the same thing for cartilage and for joints, like in osteoarthritis. There was a study that was done, I think I'll link it, but there was a study that was done about the patellar cartilage in older women. And they had these women do kind of a high load plyometric training, which is this quick kind of jumping down off of a box. And that would typically be something that people would tell older women, especially with degenerative changes, to stay away from, right? This kind of fast, quick loading or jumping off of something. But what they found was actually at the end of that program, the women who participated in that plyometric training program had better cartilage of higher quality, and it was less damaged than the women who did not participate in that high load training regimen. And so what we have found, and we know this with bones, right? Bones increase their density in response to the demands that are placed upon them. So weightlifters, people who walk a lot, endurance or marathon runners, they tend to have a higher bone density than people who are sedentary. And that's because as we apply stress to the bones then remodel to be prepared to meet that stress. And this is how your body works. That's why your body is different than a car. So I hope that kind of clears some of these things up. You have got to stress your body's tissues, you have got to load your body's tissues, and then you have got to take the appropriate amount of time to recover from that load if you want your body tissues to be less sensitive, more likely to experience injury, and you want to have better quality of life. right? So I hope that you guys get out there. If you're not doing a walking program, start walking around your neighborhood, get some fresh air. If you're not doing a little bit of strength training, do some strength training. And if you're having achy knees, achy shoulders, start slowly and intelligently building up the amount of stress and load that you're putting on those joints to better prepare them to handle your daily activities. And what you'll see is that as your strength and your readiness increases, your pain and sensitivity will go down, and you'll be able to do even more activities that you previously thought you'd never be able to do. So hope that clears that up. It was just kind of something that I thought was important after some of the conversations I had today, and I'll catch you guys next time.